You guys, it's time for another Safer with Schaefer with your go-to insurance agent, John Schaefer, who I'm here with now. John, today we're talking all about household fires and what you need to know. Where do we start?
That's right. So this time of year, it's getting in the fall when we're getting some great tips and tactics getting into the season for fire safety. So in 2021, there was 11,500 injuries.
Wow.
There was also 2,800 fatalities and over $9 billion paid out in insurance with all these claims for homeowners' fires. So a lot of big safety, and people don't think about it this time of year.
Yeah.
You know, we've got people who plug in space heaters, which are a big fire hazard. Making sure when you use those, don't plug them into a power strip. Sometimes those power strips are not made for that much heat and electricity. So yearly inspections, so make sure you check all your smoke alarms. I would just go ahead and go on Amazon or wherever, order new batteries and just replace all your batteries for those. Check all your electrical outlets. Sometimes there's a lot of electrical outlets that have the breakers in them. If those keep popping regularly, have a qualified electrician to go out and check those out, make sure there's not a short somewhere back there. If you use your fireplace, that's one thing on insurance we always ask customers, make sure you get that cleaned out ahead of time. Flue fires are one of the biggest hazards this time of year because if you don't clean it, the soot gets in there, catches on fire. One thing I recommend too is, it kind of goes with fires, but checking your hot water heater. Sometimes, not only a fire, but they can leak water and cause a big water hazard. So while you're doing it, check all those out. Stay alert when cooking. It's a big thing, especially if you've got little kids. Make sure you don't get next to the oven. Make sure, you know, your grease fires this time of year. We did this segment last year where people were deep frying a chicken or turkey inside their house, and it caught the whole house on fire.
Oh my gosh.
So make sure that you're not doing that. Away from the house, away from the siding, and also just making sure you have great safety equipment. So a fire blanket, a fire extinguisher. Make sure you've got that stuff, because that's you never know when something could happen. Especially with grease fires.
Yeah. And the thing I always think about too is like always check your burners. Make sure they're off. Make sure you're thinking 12 steps ahead when you're cooking, because that's the kind of stuff that you don't think about.
That's right. We had one customer last year that they left a pot of beans on and it smoldered while they went down and went fishing. So
oh my gosh.
So it didn't really burn, but it smoked the whole house out.
Yeah.
So
all for some beans.
Yeah. Try not to leave that stuff going like dryers or cooking if you're not inside the house. So. Outdoor fires. This time of year, I think right now we have a no fire burn right now because we've had a drought. So don't be burning any extra sticks in your yard or whatever. If you do have a fire pit, make sure that's completely out. Check your weather conditions. Make sure there's not a lot of wind this time of year. I know one person that had a fire pit. They had one of the small pans that you put like on your deck or whatever. They went to bed. The wind kicked that over and caught the whole deck on fire and burnt the house down.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and then don't be, when you're barbecue grilling with biscuits, you just make sure that dump water on it when you're done grilling. Don't leave it in there, and don't dump it in a trash can.
Yeah, so general rule of thumb here, put everything out before you're done with it.
Yeah, put everything out. Get that water out. Smoky bear, so. So one thing is, just some great tips this week right here. So just, if you want to get a hold of me, just call me at 417-766-4689. If you have your cell phone out, get the camera out, scan the QR code, and what we can do is that'll go directly when you do to quote for us directly to my office. So thanks again for coming in.
Yeah, John, one quick question here. I know you mentioned with the kids in the kitchen, a kind of point there, but any other just general safety tips you have as far as having the kids around in fire safety?
Yeah. So have a safety plan in your household. Either meet at the mailbox or meet it, at the front of the house somewhere. General location. A mailbox is a good area in case they have to crawl out.
Yeah, that's good to know. All right, keep the kids safe, keep your house safe, put everything out before you're done with it. And if you have any questions, call our guy, John Schaefer.